Hey, what's up, everyone? Mike here with the watch list video for Monday, March 27th. On Friday, the SPY had a pretty decent bounce. I think the Dow was up 130 something points, maybe. But when you look at intraday, hang on, I've got extended hours on there. When you look at intraday on Friday, it just had this slowly grinding higher channel. There was not a lot of opportunities. Um, and as you guys know, I'm an intraday trader, so here's what I'll be watching on Monday for potential trades in cash every night. I know you guys know that. Anyway, AUPH. So speaking of AUPH, Kevin P did give us a late day trade when everyone thought, hey, nothing was going on. There's going to be no trades. AUPH had this nice pop earlier, went sideways, and then this kind of put it back on our radar. I think on our radar when it did this, if you weren't in chat, I think I typed in somewhere around here, AUPH, another volume spike, right? And then it put it in inside fives, and then Kevin P came up with the idea back through 10 with the high of day just above. So you basically have a second mouse with a catalyst only 7 cents above. And back to the daily, you had a recent high earlier in March as another potential catalyst of 1043, which I believe Kevin P listed all those, right? So you had the stacked catalyst scenario. So anyway, breaks through 10. Worst case stop goes below this candle, like 13 cents risk, breaks through 10, and it went up from 13 cents risk. It went up, what, 66 cents. So it was a neat little way to end the week on what felt like a pretty boring day. But anyway, I do like the volume and the kind of attempt at breaking recent highs. So that one goes on watch for Monday. ETNB had the gap up, sold off, then it ripped, and then a red day. I'd like to see it come in another red day, but I am going to keep this on a chart. GBIO had the pop on Thursday, inside day on Friday. We'll keep that one on a chart as well. NAAS, I don't think I've ever heard of this thing, but big volume for that stock. This big stick here, though, still only about 2 million shares. But, nice move on Friday, so we're going to keep our eyes on that one. BBIO, this is weird. This had the gap up, sold off, and then tried to rip, and then it's been bleeding lower ever since. And it looks like it had a big day on Friday, right? But when you go to intraday, looks like that happened just in the last couple of minutes. And as I'm looking after hours, it went out in after hours at 1675. I couldn't find news, but I'm assuming there had to be some kind of news. But certainly going to be on a chart on Monday. PCT, also a recent high flyer, had earnings this day, which was a little over a week ago. Big pop, came back down, held the 8 day, and is starting to curl back up. That goes on long watch. BKKT, I think, is the only Bitcoin play I have on watch, but I like the chart. You had a pop back here, lower high here, and kind of starting to grind and curl. So if there's any strength in Bitcoin, that's probably my favorite Bitcoin-related chart. GameStop put in a nice solid green candle on Friday, so maybe that one catches some shorts off guard again. PHAR had good news on Friday, had a big pop, but closed in about the middle of its range. So we're going to keep that one on watch. I'm going to put one little penny play on VORB. Had huge volume on Friday and closing, let's see, the highs, 87 cents. I don't usually trade stuff under a buck. And I may not trade this as well, but certainly had big volume. So we're going to watch that one. SCS kind of reminds me what ETNB did. I'll go back to ETNB real quick, where it had the big volume gap up, bunch of good news, but closed red, and then the next day went. Look at SCS. Whoops. Had the big volume gap up on earnings, closed red, and then the very next day strong again. So we're going to put that one on long watch. Chewy goes back on bounce watch. You've had 3 red days in a row now. I'm looking to the left here, and the most recent low now would be 31.74. So if we get some shape down below 32, I'll be looking for a reversal, just like I did on this day when we took out these lows. We had a pretty nice reversal. Remember that? So Chewy maybe below 32, especially if we get downside shape to get there, goes on bounce watch. And then lastly, WOOF, which is Petco Health and Wellness. Again, not a bullish chart, but it's got that kind of shape change to the downside. Oversold, possible snapback bounce. Look, how's that for a mouthful? So that one goes on watch, and then we'll add gappers as we always do together in the pre-market on Monday. And I suspect we're going to find some nice trades this week. All right, I'm done babbling. We'll see everybody in the chat room on Monday morning.